to make.
Oh, okay.
All right. I went on another date.
How many dates do we have now?
We had 3, right? And so I went on a 4th date. OMG. It was like, whoa. Like, what are you doing? You're like a magician.
I'm not the magician. You are the magician. Sexbomb
and Superwoman. So I have a confession to make.
Oh, okay.
All right. I went on another date.
How many dates do we have now?
We had 3, right? And so I went on a 4th date. 4 dates in 6 days. I think that's a personal record.
Wait, how can you? You could. So I think there was some magic happening for you.
What happened was that it was not my Italian sublet that asked me out. Because from real life, what I mentioned to you, right? Because I realized he's leaving to Italy a few days later, and there's no point. I'm not looking for a fling. Check next. And the other guy who reappeared and just texted after 2 weeks of radio silence, Paulina, let's make this date happen. I realized, no, I don't want anyone who just disappears for 2 weeks. So no ghosters. There was another guy who I've met with in the beginning of all this, and he had to travel and he was communicating this. The last 2 were really, really amazing, and I really want to see those 2 guys again and like figure out whom I might, you know.
She can't get enough, huh?
Spend some more time with. Anyway, and so he reached out and I thought, I'm all doing this for you guys, right?
Of course.
For the sake of the experiment or project.
For your entertainment.
And for my entertainment, no. But like, I thought, you know, the timing is perfect, and why not? I'm gonna go on one more date because, you know, this is kind of like our final day of this whole experiment or project. And so I thought, you know, why not the last night before that, go on another date. OMG. It was like, whoa. So like the last 2 dates that I went on, I thought already like, whoa, it was getting better and better. And like the first one I had so much fun with. The second one, I felt like a deeper connection. And then he like summed up everything. Like, yeah.
What?
I want to jump ahead, and like it was all just one date with all of them, right?
He summed up all the qualities of the guys before, which you really appreciated?
We had as much fun as also a deep connection. Like having this dilemma, because I kind of want to meet each of them one more time, like a second time, and I hope it's gonna be fine. And like,
do you really want to do it? Okay, or are you just being kind?
No, I really want to do it because I think just from one date, it's really hard to say anything. Really funny.
Do what makes you happy.
Something funny happened at the end. We had a lot of laughs, but we also connected on some incredible, like on an incredible level. Things like started aligning, and then I ordered a drink, and he like becomes silent. He's like, and he looks at the waitress, and he's like, I'm gonna have exactly the same thing. He's like, that's my drink. You just ordered my drink. The drink was a gin and tonic with Hendrix and cucumber. So it is rather specific. A lot of other coincidences, and like we're both only children. We grew up kind of similarly. Like I start understanding or getting a hang of what it means to meet your soulmate, where you connect on such a different level than with most people, that you understand this is it and nothing else matters. Like everything else is just noise. And kissed me on my cheek and gave me a hug, but like held me for really, really long. That is crazy. I was talking about this hug for so long.
Ooh, and then I'm getting goosebumps.
And definitely like hit it off. He already asked me out for another time, and I'm like, like, what are you doing? You're like a magician.
The first thing is, I'm not the magician. You are the magician. It was just listening to yourself, within yourself, what you actually want.
Look, I kept writing this gratitude journal every day. And I kept adding points, bullet points, to my list of 18 bullet points for my dream man. Now the list is like 30 points or something, and growing.
Great.
And I added something after each date. I continued adding something because like,
like you amazing! Said, that's perfect.
I am a good student.
You are the best student anyone could imagine.
Yeah, and so like I kept adding things like my man loves himself. I didn't do that. I always, like, I wrote like loves me, blah blah blah, and then is based in New York, because some travel and stuff.
Of course.
And then loves New York as much as I do, because to me it's important. And I tried the happy thoughts. So I tried the happy thoughts, and I set my alarm for 10 minutes. It was far too quick. I couldn't stay there for 2 hours. No, I'm not there yet. And then I reset my alarm for 15 minutes, and even then I was like, next time I'm just gonna set it for 20 minutes, and then if I don't feel it, like having it 20 minutes, then I'll stop before.
So it goes by so quickly, right?
It does, and suddenly, like, yeah, getting into that happy state, like thinking about the happy moments that you had at my last vacation somewhere, a trip with a friend somewhere, like the taste of a great brownie, ice cream, something food related. Then I started getting flashes of things that I haven't experienced yet, like dreams like for the future, and realized, okay, I don't have to plan everything all the time. My mind takes care of this. So
Exactly.
like dreams that I already feel within, and they start popping up, and then you grab them and you continue imagining them as if they're real, and you just live them and you don't worry about anything else. And it raises your, like, the whole energy level and everything so much. And then on top of that, writing the gratitude journal, I realized that's something everyone should do.
So many different things.
Sorry,
already,
but I'm
right?
just excited. Intense 7 days of soul searching, and it was great that I could report back, and like every time I wasn't sure what I was doing, like I could ask you in front of you guys. And then like writing this gratitude journal, I think you guys should just start with it right now. 3 bullet points for what you're grateful in the past, present, and future. That takes literally like 3 minutes.
And I would love to add something to it. You can add a part which says, I'm proud of blah blah blah, having done this and that, so that you basically knock on your shoulder.
Knock on your shoulder.
That's how you say it in German.
I don't know if that works in English, but knock
that
on
you
your shoulder.
that you acknowledge your achievements, and especially those which made you feel maybe anxious or concerned, and you still went for it. So that you say, hey Clarissa, you did an amazing job. Last thing, which is also very, very interesting, it's very powerful, is to set an intention for the day. Which could be, today it's gonna be the best day of my life.
No pressure.
Or no pressure. It is just today it's gonna be. And you just write it and then you leave it alone. You don't think about it. So when you write it down, you have it out of your head on a piece of paper, and it's good there, and you leave it alone.
How many greatest days of your life have you had so far?
Since I started, maybe like 600. What I also like to add is I'm gonna stay open, present, grateful, humble, authentic, joyful, whatever you want to be during that day. You can, when you write it down, I tell you, it's so powerful. Just try it. I've tried it myself, and I can say it works.
I'm such a perfectionist on myself too, and I'm very self-critical because of that. Oh, my hair doesn't look perfect, or it doesn't look perfect. Very self-destructive and not necessary, because we're great the way we are. Like, we're so lucky. We should appreciate everything we have, but we don't get to it. And so by writing down what we're grateful for, like, wow, actually, I should just walk around and say thank you to every single person I meet, and like all those worries about the future, which are anyway not necessary, because that keeps you away from being in the present. They're not important in the grand picture. I started also writing things about myself, and I'm grateful that I'm, or like something in the vein of being proud of it.
Okay.
And it made me appreciate myself more. By writing this gratitude journal, I started already within a few days kind of like loving myself a little bit more. And the past couple years, I always thought I was rather self-confident, but now I'm realizing I don't think I really was, because all that self-criticism, it doesn't really translate into being confident, just happy the way you are. And then I started writing this journal, I'm like, wow, like actually I like myself, like, and I'm embracing who I am finally.
That's
and like,
amazing.
And I started seeing that being reflected on the guys that I was meeting. I met guys who were happier and happier with themselves. Like, there's only a few days between those dates, but I felt that big difference. Yesterday, for the first time, I wasn't scared to be just my full self. On dates, I tried sometimes to restrain myself a little bit, like sometimes consciously, sometimes subconsciously, because I thought I want to be a particular way of sexy. But I realized, no, I can be awkward and I can be all this, what I'm doing right now. You know, like there's someone who will like exactly that.
Exactly. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. I was having goosebumps all the time over my body. Because we're so afraid to be considered arrogant.
I wanted to feel enough, and that's how it started for you.
It's all about feeling good.
Yeah.
Those people there, they don't get high on drugs and alcohol, they get high on love.